So, 星を上場する同情. So yeah, sympathizing the ones we shot. Alright, let's go. Chapter 8. Yep. Though the reason why mages are not the same as humans in their family tradition, so personality minors that. Yes, personality does mirror. Demeter was looking for Persephone. It's not Persephone, but you know what I'm talking about. She was constantly trying to find her, but she couldn't. But she can't just be like, oh, like I guess I'll move on. She got a program that says, I want to find her, but she knows what happened to her, but she wants to find her, so she's going to find her, so she's looking for her, but she can't, she can't put that aside like we can, like we can't lie to ourselves. You can't be like, oh yeah, it's gonna be okay. Like she's gone. She's not here anymore. Like she didn't accept that. And she is a machine, so it's one of those, like, if you can't do one thing, they're gonna be fucking banging on their fucking heads. Like banging their foreheads on the wall. It's essentially that's what happened. A logical error occurred where Persephone didn't exist. Persephone didn't exist. But she wanted to find her because the personality trait that installed in Demeter loved her so much to the point that when the foreigner maiden talked to her, she misunderstood and misjudged the voice that was in her head, quote unquote, or in the machine, as the daughter that she so loved, and that's why she went crazy. It's all because she technically installed emotions and not really understand what a real emotion is. Oh shit, I fucking missed it. Whenever I look at the sky, I never see that special glimmer of light or feel anything special anymore. At the sheer fact that, that girl Artemis that resides in the moon with a bratty attitude. I don't think about Apollo with that gigantic kid, Namaiki Kaki. There we go. That's the word I wanted to use for. I wouldn't think about Artemis, who's always cocky of the moon, or never thought of Apollo that was like a brat in the sun. Stars and starlights are nothing more than shines of, a reflection of the light of just some old stars. I really didn't care, nor was I curious of when Zeus, aka Father, wanted to implement a constellation of some sort, weaving this specifically. All I knew is that the sky was just completely pitch black. Some stars are of a burning light of non-existent life forms of a... so it's just saying that some were burning stars that withered in the light, so meaning that their lifespan. I wonder when it happened. Wonder when that happened, I wonder. That the sheer fact that when I didn't feel my father's love, aka when Zeus didn't provide any love anymore, into the nightly sky. The sky stars. I wonder when. I wonder when I thought myself to be a fortress of machine. When did I forget? When did I lose this love? The shining, yeah, the shining efforts of emotions or heart. Oh, is this speak of this gotta be Aphrodite. There's no way because there's a lot of word of love. It talks about Artemis and Apollo. Um yeah, the father, aka Zeus, doesn't care about the constellations. The sky is pitch black even though it's riddled with starlight. The Great Grand Temple of Olympia, Dodona. Is Burl talking about it in Aphrodite's place? The hallways of the machine gods. We walk in here. Oh shit, finally! Fucking Koyanskaya out of all these fucking bitches. I gotta say, Mr. Burl is quite rough around people. I mean, quite rough around beautiful ladies. I'm really glad that he was able to introduce me to a new client that we could negotiate against, but but to able to fulfill a contract to this degree, a promise so filled. From toilet paper to airplane. It can be anything that was old humanity history back then. Okay, that's fucking yikes. But in the very end, a dollar store building, including products and staff, I had to completely fill it out in that degree. I'm so tired. Even I feel like I would like to take a day off or two. Well. Hey, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, so it's essentially what she says is that it started out as bring whatever you like of old humanity is what Burl asked, but in the end she had to do everything in detail, from bringing the entire building of $100 sales store, had to bring in the products and the staffs. Like she was duped to do to that down to that specific detail. So she's very tired. I would like to have a vacation of sort. I'm very exhausted. But then again, まあせっかく足を運んだ旅先がこの体たらくではバカンスも何もありません。So she's essentially saying the vacation that I've taken a trip to, it's not going to be a paradise or a vacancy with this body after all. The interstellar metropolis mountainous city of Olympus. It's the home base where many gods, mechanical functioning gods and cryptors. Mechanical gods and cryptors gather around. An interesting fortress.最大の異世界形態という触れ込みはどこへやら。常に一瞬に一柱失っているなんて。 あまりにもゴミ用に過ぎるのでは So yeah, so it's essentially Koyanska is kind of onto something, right? Like she's like that the sheer fact that, you know, this is a fortress of Olympus, right? Where everybody gathers, both gods and cryptors. And I wonder where this Lostbelt has been implemented at. That the sheer fact that an entire pillar to where disappear is isn't that a little too convenient in my opinion? What are you saying? Who are you? Oh, what the fuck? 一人にごとにしてはだいぶ大きな声でわめくものだし、住人の何声した向かいに緑鳥の高い音。So, and then yeah, Aphrodite comes in and says, "What is this?" It seems that you're speaking to yourself, but it's too loud to be speaking to yourself. But the sheer fact that for a beastly howl, or a beast that is howling, it's this, the way you're saying things a little too high pitch. Wait, what the hell? It says, shut the hell up. You mere dukaon. What the hell's a dukaon? The fuck is a dukaon? A mere dukaon. Dukaon. Is a Greek healer who lived and worked at the Coral de Fele. Lucaon of Arcadia. It is tested Zeus' omniscience by serving him a roasted flesh of Lucane's own son, Nyctus, in order to see whether Zeus was truly all-knowing. Oh, I see. So she's kind of just saying, hey, you shut the fuck up, bitch. Okay, I got you. So a mere dukaon, right? Is that a hair or cat ears? That's a hair. It says you're in front of a god. Essentially, yeah. Prostrate yourself, aka know your place. It says, well, I do sincerely apologize. I didn't know there would be a god that would listen to some mere self-conversation of what sort. I wasn't even thinking for the slightest. Or maybe that the sheer fact that you've maybe lost one of the mechanical god pillars, and are you perhaps sweating a little bit? Then if that's the case, I must give you my condolences that the sheer fact that I, of all people, made you such worry to a dear customer, after all. Ah, 人文にいて原料港でカオスから混ざったアステリアを失ったオリンポスから神々12機ならざいを知らずバンタレイなどすることなく神神のまま空中へた女神の異世界神が Okay. Oh damn, dude. She's just fucking insulting the shit out of her, but it's like a girl's talk. She's like low-key insulting her, but she's just like She's like that bitch that like kind of gives you praise, but low key just like assassin stabbing your fucking abdominal with words. So it says, as old humanity's histories, legends foretold, that the sheer fact that you were born from mixed in with the chaos origin, having losing an astral body, one of the 12 Olympians, unfortunately, they don't know. Simultaneously with this full rotation, circle of life not being confounded, using the terminology mechanical gods, borrowing such things, these Lostbelt's god. At the sheer fact that such sort of goddess that lost to a mere humans, are you perhaps taking such emotions of sympathy? Do forgive me just due to the fact that the sheer sight that I could not imagine such ugly and an impossible thing, so whoops. Oh. Interesting. You're quite an interesting person, aren't you? It's saying you're funny, right? Like Gilgamesh funny. It's like ha 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 ha. Like you're you know. Okay, like is what Aphrodite is saying. At the sheer fact that I, the goddess of love and beauty, at the sheer fact the goddess in front of me, you were able to speak such words. I've heard that you were a temporarial god, one of the judgmenters, or a visionist. You're part of them too, correct? You were almost in shoulders with ribbon, if I would say so myself. Aw, thank you for your high praise of me, but please do revise one thing for me. And sorry, it has to be done. Yes, I am an alter ego of sort of these servants, but I'm not one of the three messengers, friends that of a foreigner god after all. I'm just here as a business partner in order to reassurance the success at first in a relationship of that. Please do know of sort. Oh, I see. Then if that's the case, whose servants are you, I wonder? If I remember correctly, you must be the servant that was summoned with nobody that summoned you. I heard that there were 7 deadly divine evil spirits that's never going to be called, never going to be summoned, but going to pop up out of nowhere all by themselves. These evil personality saint graphs. I heard there's 7 of them in total. I've heard of this talk somewhere from before. I wonder if that was a warning from somebody that I know. It perhaps would have been Mr. Rasputin. Whenever you listen to him, what he explains is utter nonsense, and he has a bad habit of convoluting things and putting things in out of order. But in the end, he does have a devotion to be useful after all. But then again, it's nothing that matters to me at the moment still. Has no relation whatsoever. Ah, でしょ、けだものの予象徴などあなたには何も関係もない話ではありませんこと美しきヴィーナス。Okay, so isn't that true though? These beast talk or these little wild barbarian animalistic shenanigans. It's a conversation that shouldn't care or you should know or understand for. Correct, oh beautiful Venus? I like you. I really like you. You're pretty funny. At the sheer fact as a personality, you're one of the best in Olympus. This brimming evil deeds that you're trying to not even hide. You're very similar to Limbo, but you don't laugh for the sake of your own laugh, do you? I like you. What's your name? My name is Tamamo Bichi Koyanskaya. Please do call me Koyanskaya, Miss Venus. ローマの神名で呼ぶのも気に入ったわね、あなた。現代人である別名。I see. Huh? ローマ神? Interesting. It is quite peculiar that she is calling her in a Roman terminology instead of Aphrodite. Because Aphrodite is Greek, and Aphrodite in Roman term is Venus. It's as I've gotten fond of being called in the divinity name of Rome. Taken liking of you. Hey, what say you? You and I are quite alike, after all. Do we not want to be friends to a certain degree, don't you think? Indeed, I do agree with certain terminology we are, but are you sure? What? I heard that the Olympian goddess were using the terminology of blessing or taking care of humans as a facade or word, base terminology. このオリンピスに至らす古代種、今なき幻の大陸に来た知恵の三つまみを愛していらっしゃるとか。That the sheer fact that in this Olympus, an ancient race that resides beneath, now in this land, nothing but more of a illusion, a life form that of an unknown. And you tell me that you are in love, or you're taking a liking of it? That. Demeter definitely said that she has an emotion of love. She constantly said it, but it's a little different. At least she didn't have any lingering emotions or feelings that was truly for humans. And you gotta understand, I'm going to represent by them and will forego this guardianship, but I'm not really going to have any emotions or affection towards them whatsoever, you know? Well, not an external beauty, but I never thought your thought process would be such beautiful as well. I am on my knees. At the sheer fact that you have, even though you have no affection to them whatsoever, you have the authority and the right to give affection. That's as if almost you're... ような手術の神はおりましたが、回避 いや再生する神はいなかった。At the sheer fact that in old human history, you protect or you cultivate humans is no longer a terminology that was been used in that history. So essentially, Koyanskaya, in all this conversation, if you guys haven't understood so far, it's the following thing. Aphrodite asks Koyanska a couple questions. Aphrodite tries to pit her against saying that she is same as an alter ego. But Koyanskaya specifically says she's really not. She is an alter ego of a servant, but she is not one of the three messengers of a foreigner god. She is not in groups of the three. As a business partner, she's just doing her very best and utmost resources to make sure that her products, her company, her estate would thrive. Aphrodite says, I wonder what kind of servant you are. And then Aphrodite mentions a servant that doesn't have any summoner. Nobody calls them, nobody summons them. They appear out of nowhere, these 7 evil saint graphs, or evil natured or evil attributed saint graphs. I've heard of this talk somewhere. I heard it was a warning from somebody, and then Koyanskaya specifically says it must have been Rasputin. That man talks nonsense most of the time, and his details are unknown, but in the very end, his warnings and his terminology comes in handy at the very end. That's kind of what his job is. He's very loyal to it. And then Koyansaya specifically says, it's something that doesn't matter. It doesn't involve me yet, after all. And then specifically, Koyanskaya tells Aphrodite, aka beautiful Venus, this beast shenanigans. It has nothing to do with you, and it's a topic that you shouldn't care for, right? And Aphrodite laughs and enjoys Koyanskaya's personality. Aphrodite commends her for the fact that she has the most unique personality in all Olympia. At the sheer fact that your evil intention hiding skills is almost equivalent to limbo, you don't laugh for the sake of madness. And then Aphrodite likes her, asks her her name. Koyanskaya, Tamamovich Koyanskaya. She specifically asked Venus to call her Koyanskaya. And then Aphrodite mentions that god terminology that is descripting Aphrodite as a Roman goddess, I've taken a liking of you. And then Aphrodite specifically says, you and I are quite alike. I wonder how far of a friends can we get to? Koyanskaya also agrees, and to a degree we are the same, but are you sure? Yeah, so Koyanskaya says something very intriguing, right? That the sheer fact that you, an Olympian goddess, that the sheer fact that you are going to protect humans, you saying this oldest race, you're essentially the oldest race on Earth, at the sheer fact that you're going to put affection towards a life form that's an illusion beyond this land. And then Aphrodite understands what she meant. And Aphrodite explains that Demeter loves all things, but I have no emotions that's being catered towards humans. Because I will do my job, but that doesn't mean I'll show affection to these humans. And then Koyanskaya is utterly contempt and in love with what she says and her thought process. And she specifically tells you that the fact that even though it's supposed to be a guardianship with affection, but that love doesn't exist whatsoever. Meaning that you, in old human terminology, or history of the humans, old human history, our history, the protection or the cultivation or just, guiding the humans. There were many, there were gods that were going to protect them, but there were no gods that were to you. So it's essentially saying there were a lot of gods that would protect them, that would overly protect them or put them under their wings. But there was not a god that would use humans as pets. It's a little different terminology and a method that is a little different than mine, but unfortunately, when it comes to the will of the meaning and terminology of swords, you and I might go along together very nicely. It's the same, both Aphrodite is an embodiment of Koyanskaya if Koyanskaya might become a beast. If she ever becomes a beast. Meanwhile, at the same time at the garden, it's not like I heard 1 through 10 all the way through, but存分と仲良さに話すのよね。そんなに小林ちゃんとは気があったの? Interesting. So Pepe asked Aphrodite, it says, I didn't hear the conversation from the beginning to the end, but it seems you guys kind of chat nonchalantly and very happily and very friendly. Did you really, did you take in a liking to Koyanskaya that badly? It says, well, what do you mean by that, Cryptor Pepe? Does it matter? Isn't it my own free will that I want to talk and be friendly with somebody of whatever I want? And besides, I have one question for you that I wanted to ask for quite a long time. It says me. That you? It says, when it comes to terminology of love, I have my own confidence, but against an old god, against an old legend, a god like yourself, a true representation of beauty, it's a little cool, you know? Perhaps, maybe you've updated your value on beauty after all. Maybe updating it a little. Maybe I have. Is there any reason to update any value points of beauty whatsoever? Is there any reason to update myself of such caliber? You do realize that I am beauty, and beauty is I. Beauty is something that I command and something that I have and hold. I am in control, and I am the one that makes rules of what's beauty and what's not. Humans should just be in awe. Judge beauty. Or just, all you have to be is just, so 私の万美に与えればいいのよ。そうすることで喜びとジャッジ感が得られるわ。It says, so essentially Aphrodite specifically says humans can just obey. Just kind of, just let it go. Just follow me. And that's all you need to do. And doing that, peace and tranquility will be guaranteed. It says, of course, Your Highness, or God. And I guess you are right. When there is kind godness, there are gods that are quite cruel or very strict. It says, today you're a little more on the strict side, aren't you? But then again, I never really see your kind side whatsoever. I'll let that disrespect slide. Right now, my interest of something has won me over this disrespect. Yeah, this interest has won me over this conflict after all. It says, didn't I tell you before that I wanted something to ask you? You, Peperoncino, or whatever human you call yourself, Pepe Roncino, I heard that you've lost your own lost belt. Tell me, how does it feel? What? Well, isn't that true? The old ancient India that you so had was snucked and stolen and lost right off your ground after all. I need to know what kind of idiocy or brain dead methods you've accomplished in order to pull off such a miracle. My curiosity astounds and grows every minute. You know, I was quite excited of the times to come. Together with Zeus going into other lost belts and oppressing them and attacking them. The and killed the emperor of and kill the emperor of the kill the emperor of the and his people that has become one with the mountains and the magical beast, or kill the goddess that kept cultivating human as a kept cultivating human as a manufacturing machine of nourishment, and wanted to destroy that sin or emperor that thought himself as a true being.それから不敬にも神を食らった連シャンが終了が新神ロー元の頭の中をぐちゃぐちゃにthat the sheer fact that without hesitation ate many different gods together, a amateur abundance of God together, and I wanted to scramble your brains very thoroughly and violently, you know? But look at this. We were all defeated and eradicated by Claudia. It's such a shame out of all. That is true. It does come to the lack of my own strength and my determination, and the result has cost a unfavoring result. I'm sorry that I couldn't meet your expectation. Ara, well. You don't feel afraid, nor you feel anger. Pepe, you're quite boring. Well, it's only truth that you're showing to me after all. At the sheer fact that the goddess-like perceptions and wordings and my failures included as well. But if that's the case, let me retort back as a suggestion that there's these words that I'm going to retort has no other meaning of backslash, or just as a honest and pure opinion. And that is, Damn, Pepe. Pepe just called her a bitch. It says, you know, you're quite of a bitch. I prefer the old human history side of the folktale that talks about you more, and I think that side's more affectionate. Damn! Pepe says, yeah, you're not a good girl. I prefer the old human history side and the stories that was given to you much better than your ass. It was, yeah, she was more affectionate and very charming than Yoro. Damn! Pepe says she a bitch. And that's like from the bottom of his heart. That's great. It says, Goddess Aphrodite, the embodiment of beauty and love, but at times shows the other side of Goddess of Death, the Zeus's daughter. 美しくも響き女性の形、神としての偽装最低にはあったのはおそらくシュメルのイシュタルの影響を受けているはず。でも今のあなたはどうかしら? Yeah, so oh wow, wait. If she does have Ishtar's Shmel's Ishtar's affection or ability, that means the fourth. Wow, yeah, because we went to the moon. Yo, the fourth summer was fucking predicting. Yeah, so it was predicting 5.2. Holy shit, because we did see Ishtar, and she did call herself Venus. We also saw Archer John, which was a saint that had dolphin. And if you guys don't know, the Aphrodite's animal description is of a dolphin. Holy shit. Nice. That's cool. I like that. But yeah, at the same time, Peperoncino continues as your goddess of love and beauty. You also have a backside, or you also have a quote-unquote dark side where you're technically god of death in a way. You're Zeus's daughter. Because of beauty and the perception of it, you probably have the body of a girl. At the sheer fact that you are a god and being divine and having all these attributes is perhaps the affection, or if not the Shmel Ishtar's I wouldn't say attribute, but effect. Like there's part of that Ishtar lore in there. But I wonder what you really are now. Well, Pepe, what do you see me as? To me, you look more of a goddess Aphrodite. Aphrodite has two-sided personality attribute of a god, but if we're talking, I've only seen one of you as of this moment. Just don't be don't be convoluted in the answer, Pepe. What do you see me for? How? If I'm going to say it strongly, then you're definitely different from the old humans' history's folklore, divine lore, and you are not a girl where you're not a girl that Hephaestus would have picked for his own greed. Is that so? But do not worry, you do have some similarities that does derived almost as the same as the old history depicts. You do realize the Trojan War, correct? The Trojan War against the Greek, the Great Battle. The human conflicts that fight against each other. Not interested. Well, you do realize in the old history, technically this was all you're doing. Because in Troy, you've used your abilities to snag Prince Paris andアポロン神や他の神々と共に苦害を与え、結果的に大戦争が発生し、トライアは滅滅に満ちてしまった。Yeah, so you giving affection towards Prince Paris. The sheer fact that giving the protections and abilities of Apollons and other gods in the very end created this mass war upon and brought Troy to the ground. In the old history, you didn't see this nor wanted this to come, but it is what happened. What? I didn't hope this to come? Wait, then she and that person are nothing alike. Because I would happily and nonchalantly welcome the eradication of a country without hesitation. I'll eradicate it if it deems unnecessary. And after that, I would smile as wide and big as I could. I would let him know that you must have suffered. You must have suffered. It must have been unbearing. And because of that, do better next time. And I would tell them, if you do better next time, maybe I'll give you a reward. And I'll use terms and logic like that, and down to the last person. When the person just becomes that last person, then I'll give them a genuine smile. Wow, she a bitch. She actually a bitch. Pepe was correct.